Hey, my name is Jakub and I'm a beginner game developer. For the past year I've been working in Unreal Engine 4, trying to make my first game, and for the last 3 months I've been working on Scavengers, the game that I'm going to be showing you today. So before we dive into Unreal Engine and before I start showing you all the mechanics and stuff, let's actually start with what Scavengers was really meant to be. I wanted to make a game like kind of Payday, which would have some mechanics from The Last of Us, which was my favorite game, and the player was meant to choose a map and go to this map, scavenge it for supplies, and with those supplies then he would drop them off in some dropping zone, and those supplies would convert into 4 different types of materials, which were wood, scrap metal, electric parts and food, which would be then spent on upgrading the player base. Currently my work on Scavengers is suspended because of quite a few reasons that I wanted to mention here. The first and main reason was that I started Scavengers on my summer break, and now summer break's over and I had to get back to university, which means that I wouldn't have enough time to actively work on that game, and well, I didn't want to make any mistakes due to that. Another thing is that I made quite a few mistakes in Scavengers already, which made me learn a lot, and I consider it a huge plus, but still there's a lot of things that I would do differently now, and well, that's the reason. 2 more reasons were that I wanted to learn Unreal Engine multiplayer, and I'm taking a course on that right now. And yet another reason is that I wanted to transfer to Unreal Engine 5 because I'm really curious about this version, and well, I'm learning it right now. Okay, so here we are finally in the game. Let me just hit play and go full screen, and now I will showcase movement. So let's start with movement. It's just like 8 directional movement. It's kind of tripping when you try to go backward. And basically let's start with crouching. As you can see, I can't pass under this object, but if I crouch I can pass safely. If we try to uncrouch under this object, well, it's impossible, but we can uncrouch here. If we press shift while crouching, stamina starts to be drained. It can be seen in the bottom right corner with this blue bar. Okay, now we can't jump when in crouching mode. I call it parkour safe mode because it's perfect for parkour. We use space to climb objects, which I will show in a minute. Basically, if we stand, we can jump, and now I press space while crouching, nothing happens. So we can approach these things here, like it's sort of a parkour show trial. So if you press space, you can jump over things. If a thing is wide and it's small enough, we can climb on it. If a thing is wide and high, we can climb on it as well, and it's a bit different. And finally, the last thing is jumping through walls. So this is how it goes. The most interesting thing about parkour is that not every object is made for parkour. For example, this car, we can't climb it, but the thing is that if we go here and look for collisions, there is block all, but we can select parkour object, and now hopefully with this selected we'll be able to climb on this car. So let's quickly run to it and try climbing, and as you can see, we can climb. Okay, so that's it for the moving part. So the next thing that I'll be showing you is the UI. There are currently 3 bars in the game, which I want to discuss first. So 2 bars are visible. The first blue little bar is responsible for stamina. displaying stamina, and as you can see it's being drained now. If I jump, it's drained even more. If I crouch, it will regenerate quickly. If I uncrouch, it regenerates very slow. The other bar, the fire bar, which was inspired by The Last of Us, is responsible for displaying health. And to prove you that it works, I've gone ahead and placed a pain causing volume here. So if we enter the pain causing volume, it should decrease our health like that, and health doesn't regenerate. If it reaches 0, nothing actually happens because I haven't implemented dying yet. So we can see it right now. Implement dying, debug string. Okay, and the third bar is used for interaction. So if we want to open locked doors and windows, this is how it looks like, and it should be open just like that. We can try that with doors, but it doesn't work because this door was actually open, so, or unlocked rather. This door is locked, so as you can see, you can pick up the lock and the door is open. Okay, and the last thing, those 3 spheres in the bottom right corner, these are for weapons. So if I pick up a weapon, I can switch weapons like that with scroll, either clockwise or counterclockwise. We can pick up new weapons, and if there is no slot in the main weapon, and if the main weapon is free, then if we pick up something, it gets equipped automatically. One of the things that I've spent most time working on was the interaction and items system. So basically here you can see 5 sodas, and these sodas will turn into something else because this mesh is just a placeholder. If we type ID override in the details, as you can see here, it has ID override set to 3. This one is 2, 5, 4, and 1. So these items will turn into the specific items designated by this variable over here. Another thing that I'll show you is that shelf, which is actually a random loot generator. Here, as you can see, we have a spawning tab, and here we have item locations, and we have 12 elements in the array, which basically represent the position of each item. And items count is set to -1, which means that the random number of items will be generated from 0 to 12. So let's see this in action actually. Just go full screen. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items generated in random places, and with random rotation, but only rotation with z-axis, so it doesn't like turn around. Okay, so let's try this another time. And here we have just 1 item, so as you can see it's random, but we can also set it like here to, for example, 5, and we will get exactly 5 items in random locations like that. Speaking of items, there is also an inventory system in the game, and I'm going to demonstrate it right now. So we're in the game. Let me just get some distance and now approach the items, because the way they get collected is that they are limited by this exterior sphere, which hopefully you can see right now. And whenever something gets into the sphere, it can be interacted with, and we can click next to the items, because as I said, it's getting picked up based on the dot product, comparing dot products. And if you open the inventory, as you can see, there is this item. Let's pick up some more. so that we can hopefully exceed the limit. Okay, here are some more items, so let's try picking them up as well. As you can see, they're getting picked up, and if you reach the limit, it turns yellow. It's not very visible though. And let's now try to exceed the limit. So let's pick up something. As you can see, it turned red because it gets converted to integer, so we can't really see that we have exceeded the limit, but we did. Let's pick up some more items. Okay, and now let's try dropping some, so maybe we can lose some wave from our inventory. So let's drop chips, and as you can see, chips were dropped. They're here. And next, soda can, or maybe not, the yogurt will be dropped. Next one is soda can, because it always goes down. Cereal will be the next one, and there is nothing below, so we will get the first time on top, which is soda can, juice, white wine, red wine, and all the lunchboxes, which currently have collision enabled, and I should have disabled that. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about is the last feature that I've implemented in the game, which was Openables, which means doors and windows that can be opened. So as you can see, you can come next to the door and open them, open windows which are often locked. So if we open it, it should get open, as I've shown you previously. And what's the most important, we can parkour over. I got stuck. Okay, you can parkour over here. Here it will be easier to show if we can open this and parkour over it. Okay, so the way it works is that the static mesh of the gas station and the mesh of the window frame are set to different collision types. This mesh of the gas station is set to block all, and this one, or actually not block all, but it ignores the parkour trace, and this one is set to be a parkour object. So it means that the parkour system only detects the window frame, otherwise it would get blocked because it would see the gas station like a wall which cannot be climbed. To show how the Openables work, I've gone ahead and taken out a door and a window from the gas station, and the only thing that actually differs between these two is the mesh, and that the window has a window frame. There are only two variables responsible for interaction, which are listed here. The first one is locked, and the other one is flip direction. So let's just reset them and see how it works with the window first. So now if I want to open the window, it opens and it closes. Same with the door, but it's locked. We'll get to it later. So if we change some of these options, if we turn it to locked, it will be obviously locked, but if we flip direction, it will open in another direction. Okay, so let's try this now. Let's try to open it. So it gives more flexibility. For example, if it's better to open a window to the inside, like it is done, I believe, here, then we open it to the inside, and as you can see, the player won't collide with it so much. Okay, so now let's try the door. It's currently locked, so we can try to open it, and it will obviously get opened as in the previous examples. Now let's just try to unlock it, and let's flip the direction, and let's go into the game, and let's open the door. As you can see, it gets like over the player, which is not good, so that's why I flip the direction first, because if you open it from this side, then it works perfectly. So this is going to be everything for this video. I still have some plans regarding Scavengers, including adding some super hard zombies, kind of like clickers from The Last of Us, but well, I don't want to copy everything from The Last of Us, so I would make something myself. And well, I've already started creating some AI just to test it out and to learn it, but that's a material for another video, so I won't talk about it here. Another thing is that I wanted to add a safe house map, and I've already started working on that, and I've recreated my house in Blender, which was actually pretty fun to do, and I might drop a video on that as well. So yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're a game developer like me who's actually just learning, take it from me, stay motivated, keep creating, and remember that every mistake brings you closer to success. Thank you so much for watching. Lord X out.